got the fight that we had been waiting on all this time, dog. It finally happened,
got it.
and it turned out to be a boxer's delight.
Yep. When the brawl wasn't some massacre, one-sided fight.
It was. That's what it looked like when two cats are at the highest peak of their skill, of their style, and it combats each other.
And the funny thing about it, you saw each style control the fight at different points.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there was something then like neither one could do too much of what they wanted to do versus the other. Bivol wanted to push that pace as fast as he wanted to push it, but he couldn't because the man that was in front of him was hitting him with some sledgehammers to say, hey, you better stop playing with me. And then the man that was hitting with the sledgehammers was getting countered back because it's like, I can take the punch, but there's just too many of them coming at the same time.
Yep.
Bro, that was beautiful to watch.
I didn't expect Bivol's counter right. I didn't expect his right to be that effective.
Bro, that belt was crispy, wasn't it?
I didn't think it was gonna bother Beterbiev that much, but
that thing was crispy. Now don't get me wrong, we know Bivol's not necessarily the hardest puncher in the world. But those right hands that he was coming over the top with, bro, if they said he earned a whole bunch of respect at that point. Those were some punches. So I'm glad, bro. I'm glad we got to see exactly what we waited all this time for, bro.
Yep.
I'm so glad.
Now we got an undisputed king.
We have another undisputed king. That's what an undisputed fight looks like.
Yep.
You know, Canelo just by happened to be as good as he was when he got his. Bud is just by happened to be as good as he was against the talent he had. These two gentlemen, they are that good.
Yep.
That's the thing. One thing we did learn is they are that good. There's nobody else. There's not a number 3 man in the world that you could tell me right now that can go in the ring with either one of them and come out with a victory. It's not happening. And Beterbiev took care of majority of those number 3s already leading to that point.
Yep. And no matter who you thought won, like
correct. We can go.
Can y'all stop doing the promoter's job? It's a promoter's job to cry robbery,
right?
And it's a travesty and all that stuff. Like you can disagree with a fight. A round or 2 difference is not that big of a difference to be saying it was a robbery.
A close fight is not a robbery. It's just a close fight. You don't judge the whole fight. You judge it round by round, minute by minute. That's just how it goes, and I'm glad we got it. That's wild.
Oh, man.
Hey, bro, our round is going to be longer, like you just said, than the fight that they actually had.
Yeah. Yeah. That's heavyweight action right there.
You can't beat that, dog. When the big boys talk, you got to shut up and watch and shut up and listen.
And all it takes is one.
Every single time. It don't matter who you is. All it takes is one punch in that division. And literally that's what we had. All we had was one punch. Sent that boy jaw to the left. Yeah.
He low-key wanted to climb over that top rope.
You think he didn't? He got hit with that, man. He got hit with that equilibrium. And man, and you know what's funny? You know what's funny but slash worst part about it? After experiencing punches like that, you don't remember the first punch that did it. Like, I'll tell you, if nobody would have showed me the video, I would have never remembered, like, damn, how did I was knocked down twice. When did the first one happen? Like, I had to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can tell you, like, exactly. I remember the second one, even then, I remember getting up. Like, that was one that woke me up, which is why we stay on time. Person get hit, and then he out on his feet, but then the second one wakes them up, right? So, boom. I remember to me, the first knockdown, the second knockdown for me was the first knockdown. And at that point on, I'm like, okay, I'm getting up. And the referee like, nah. And I'm like, what you mean, though? Like, bro, I just went down and got back up. Like, what are you talking about? Hell no, I missed the whole first one. I missed the whole complete first one. So it didn't even matter. But nonetheless, you want to settle a rematch, that's how a rematch should be settled.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even know necessarily what went wrong. I can't even say nothing went wrong because there's nothing to really point out
That overhand right. It went wrong.
It went right.
It went right.
It went right, but for Frazier, man, that's crazy. The first fight was so good. Both men dropped each other in the first fight. Very entertaining British heavyweight fight, bro. Very entertaining. And this one, it lived up. The rematch is something that I hate you. I don't like you. They don't like each other for sure. So that was the best part. And it went out there and showed in round one that I don't like you. Like there's nothing else to feel out no more.
Yeah.
I know what you are.
When they started, I said, well, it's not gonna last long. Like just off the how the fight started. It was like this is not about to last long at all.
And he did
A few
not.
seconds later.
Ow.
And he was in trouble because he hit him with that overhand right and buzzed him. And then he went immediately to the body with a right. So it's either I'm gonna hurt you down here, or you gonna drop your guard and guard against it so I can hit your jaw again, or you gonna keep it up and I'm gonna just keep punishing you.
And he just kept punching.
Yeah.
He ain't even stop. As he should. I appreciate it though.
Yeah.
Shout out to you boys for keeping us entertained. All right, keeping this thing British. We're gonna stay over there across the pond. Yeah, we're gonna stay over there. We're gonna go to Eubank Junto. I'm not mad at how he looked at all for the opponent that he was in the ring with.
He looked. If you're going by levels, he looked a level above.
For sure. Tough opponent still.
Yeah.
So somebody that still push you to make you fight.
He wasn't backing down. He was getting hit with some shit.
He still was getting hit. Let's not trip on that. He still was getting hit, but he was able to exercise some of the things that he probably played around with in the ring, shadow box with, looking like a I can't say a poor man's, but looking like somebody he idolized in Roy Jones Jr. Hands down, how he moved his body to avoid the body shots, how he moved his head to avoid head shots. There were different things he did.
Having the nerve to put some of those combinations together.
He did.
You don't see anybody just reeling off an uppercut with a left and an uppercut with the right back to back. Like
no.
You don't see that.
No.
Because you're not supposed to.
Correct. You're breaking the rules of boxing.
Yeah.
Which is,
Roy broke
every single rule of boxing.
Yeah.
So like I said, he did good.
But the good thing about it was in round one, it wasn't even flashy. It was technical. He hit him with a 1-2.
1-2. Yeah.
So that was the technical, the original combination dropped him in the beginning, the first round. So I didn't think it was going to go no longer than 3. So it surprised me.
But
Eubank, I think it was a combination of a tough opponent, and Eubank Jr. kind of got cocky after that a little bit, because he started getting hit with a counter right, and I was like, I wouldn't expect him to get countered like that.
No, I did.
Because if his opponent had a little bit more power, it would have been trouble.
He would have been sleep. I agree with that. Especially if he was fighting with his hands down so much because he felt he was comfortable. Well, in a fighter's world, yes. You get him one knockdown early, you got two things that can happen. The fighter can say, damn, I know he had that in him. Or two is like, okay, I got to be weary of that. And then your opponent fights differently, right? The opponent necessarily fight. He fought differently, but not too much different from what he was already doing. And what it ended up going is Eubank got a chance to exercise some of the things. So if he does finally fight that chump kind of being,
oh brother,
next.
But I
think he did get ordered to fight Hamza. I think he did get fight. I think he had a fight order next.
Okay.
I want to say.
I want to see some stability with Eubank Jr. His last 3 fights, he had 3 different trainers. Yeah. So I need to see how he's gonna act.
The constant student, I guess.
He's searching.
Oh boy, Big Ja. My boy locked in another win.
Yeah, I call him Ja because I ain't pronouncing it.
You ain't saying open, so I understand. But nonetheless, he got a straight left that is so sharp, dog. Ooh, I love that. Every time he threw that straight left, the straight left to the body, let me say that. The straight left to the body is like a bow and arrow, bro. That bad boy looks so pretty.
Yeah.
He looks so good. He looked good yesterday, man. He looked very good. And I would like to see if Usyk If Usyk might retire. I'm not gonna discredit that. If he does, he deserves every bit of right. Lomachenko's already announced that he's already applied in retirement, which we knew. I mean, but getting to that, if Usyk did go down, I would love to see him and Usyk fight for sure. Do I think Usyk still beats him? Yes, but would I like to see it? Also, yes.
So, the first thing I was watching Southpaw versus Orthodox.
Right.
I was looking who was paying attention to the foot battle, who was gonna win, who was pressing for that position.
Foot and feints.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Ja did that off top, and I was like, this fight ain't gonna go with the full 12.
Controlled his mind before he even took his body.
Because the way he was punching with it too, on top of whenever he wanted his foot outside, he put it outside.
Absolutely.
If he didn't want it, he went inside. But he did it with the purpose of a specific punch.
Correct.
Or a combination.
That's why I got to that straight. That's how I like that straight left to that body. He would move this way, and then it's all of a sudden I'm stepping out here. You think I'm coming up, but I'm going right down here, bro. I'm trying to get this punch off. He did a really good job of setting up his punches, and he did a good job pushing his pace too. The power was overwhelming too, for sure.
Yeah, he looked good. He was cracking in there.
The body looked good too. It wasn't like, you know what? Let me say this. Shout out to every fighter yesterday. All of their bodies looked fantastic. Yeah. Every fighter came in to shape yesterday for the fights, for sure. Like, I had never seen Eubank Jr.'s body look that good for a fight, so that lets me know how good the fighter can. Not on fight day. Maybe the fight, weigh-in day for sure. They looked a whole different month, but on fight day, man, he looked fantastic. Even Woodley and Frazier, both of those big dudes, y'all look good. Jai came in looking like, golly. He looked like the warrior. He was a Samoan warrior for sure.
Yeah.
He went out there and fought like one too. So the thing is now that he has the fights of Breedis and them behind him, does he just kind of lull himself around, or does he try to do it like this now that we do have the divisions to play with? Does he try to get the other belts at cruiserweight, or does he go to bridgerweight to wait the time out, get him acclimated fully to the weight, and then go to heavyweight? What does he do?
Options. Especially with bridgerweight now, he got options.
Weight and his height. I'm curious. I forgot. Man, I forgot to. I feel like it was on time. Yeah. Little monster. Little brother. Little brother. I know that ain't true.
It was. He lost his belt.
He lost, man. I thought he was gonna be the other one to make it out of the country, man.
Yeah.
Dang, I thought he was gonna make it out.
So I watched it late because I was asleep.
Yeah, I was too. I had to wake up and watch it.
So I knew the results of the fight. So it's always interesting
to see the results.
Started off, and I'm looking like, how did he lose? So now I'm picking apart how he lost. So the first 4 rounds was a wash to me. Little Monster was his fight, but in round 5,
ooh, it got nasty, didn't it?
The pressure
came
that he was, man.
Hey, pressure bust pipes.
He was letting off like 8-9 punch combos
every time.
On Little Monster.
Every time.
And
it's like he got adapted to it real quick.
It went from a mid-range fight to a close-range fight.
Can you outdog me?
In that close range, he letting off 8 or 9 punches, and Lil Monster was looking for one counter.
Big punch. That's all he was looking for.
And he hit him with it. But
he did, but you ain't your brother, unfortunately.
He didn't have the power.
You ain't got the power your brother got.
Yeah.
Your brother, he lands that one counter punch. It's like, okay, it's a little different story. We can talk about that.
Now, he did hit him, I think, in the sixth with an uppercut that sent him back, and he was like, he paid attention after that. But
6 or 7? Was it 6 or 7? I can't remember.
The reason why I figured he was about around like 7, the reason why I figured he would lose, because I knew he was going to lose because I knew the results, but the reason how I saw it is because his opponent was hitting him with body shots, head shots, arm shots,
elbows, shoulders. He was hitting them everywhere he could. You put your guard up, I'm punching you, and that's cool. And we see that, where people unfortunately could say like, well, he wasn't landing no clean shots. Yes, he was. Yeah, he was. Those are clean. If I see your guard up, okay, I'm punching through your guard. That is a clean shot for me. That's what the fighter sees. The fighter knows, hey, the judges are going to eventually say, Hey man, he was punching that boy's arms, punching his shoulders. He was purposely trying to get him down.
He slowed him down.
That's game plan.
And by about round 8, I was like, I don't remember Lil Monster going to the body of his opponent for the last 4 or 5 rounds. He didn't. But his opponent was.
The same way like what's the name's opponent Xander Zayas the other week. Mm-hmm. His opponent, who we've known for body shots, all of a sudden Sosa didn't win for body shots. And then against Xander, he was just like, nah, I ain't going down there.
And that slowed Lil Monster down. And then those 8 punch combinations only dropped to like 6 when he was tired. He still was punching a whole
it's an investment.
Fight.
It's an investment.
That boy. Golly.
Yeah. Tough fight, bro.
Yeah.
Well.
I don't know.
Tell you what. We'll go with Nakatani. We'll go with Junto first. And I say with Junto, this is more of a good showcase for him right now. Because one, depending on who you ask, and rightfully so, he's in that top 10 pound for pound discussion. For sure. He's running up behind, Naoya, older brother. He's running up behind him. He's clearing out the 118 division himself. And he's also not far from Bam. Bam is at 115. Bam was at 118, but Bam back down to 112 or 115. Mm-hmm. But Bam is also in competition to him, where that could easily be a potential fight for both of them. Yeah. And he can also jump to 122 and go meet Inoue at 122 as well. So here's a 3-man place where these 3 men are potentially 3 pound for pound top 10 fighters where they could run into each other.
And Bam like 23?
23. You know, San Antonio. Shout out San Antonio, Texas. But yeah, this is very interesting. So it's a good showcase for him tomorrow. And what does he show us tomorrow? Mm-hmm. Especially if he goes out there and lays his man flat.
Which I think is likely.
It's very much so likely.
Like we always tell people, y'all want to see a lot of punching?
Go drop down. Go drop down. Drop down and watch the winners.
Yep.
Whichever one you want to do.
Yep.
You can go drop down, lower weight classes, or you can go watch the women fight. Those are your 2 options. If you're trying to watch all these other guys, you're not going to. The age that we saw of Sean Porter and Keith Thurman, the volume of punches that they were throwing at the 47. Even Earl's work rate was always his special talent. Mm-hmm. The volume of work we saw from those guys, it's not going to happen anymore. The volume of the initial volume of work rate of Lomachenko, we're not going to see. But he also came from 122 pounds at that point too as well. The smaller weight classes. So the guys that we know for a fact are going to throw the punches.
So like in those popular weights, I think it's part of the reason why who was popular when they were coming up. What style was popular when they were coming up?
Right.
Like you had a group of fighters that looked at Roy. Roy created his own offense. It didn't really matter what the defense did.
Correct.
He was going to create his own. So you have fighters trying to emulate that.
Right.
Now you have a bunch of fighters that watch Floyd. There was defense getting out the way, trying to weave everything, counter punching everything.
And that's what they're trying to fit. They don't understand like, oh, this is the way this person goes about it. This is the way this person went about it. They think it's all cookie cut and dry across the board, and that's not true.
Yeah.
But as far as Nakatani, I'm interested to see him tomorrow morning.
I watched that late too.
I'm gonna watch that when I wake up. I'm not gonna watch that first thing in the morning. It's not happening. All right, that's the end of our footage for today's end of our fight between me and I guess this guy here. But nonetheless, I want to thank you for Cigar International for having us out, inviting us out here. Check it out, man. The footage, you'll see this place is really a great setup. The couches, the outside patio, the bar selection is fantastic. Really a great area. Katie Mills
Mall.
Nice
setup, right by Katie Mills Mall.
So come check it out. See all the guys. Have you a cigar. See y'all later, man. Appreciate y'all.